Good. Why? Hold on. Why can I hear myself twice? Can you hear me twice? Haha! There we go. Sorry about that. I was fiddling around in OBS earlier. And, I messed around with some audio properties, and I guess I forgot to un-audio them. But yeah, evening, everybody. Good to see you, Kai, Lonix, Pagan. Hey, Timble. Deplorable. Yeah, sorry about that, Feringsy. Also, Fox, good to see you. What's up, Cookie? Hey, Sin. How's it going, man? Drake, yeah, sorry, no, Star Citizen. Star Citizen. Oh, Feringsy, of course we do. Have you seen the state of trade? I'm sorry. Actually, you know what? I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at all about that one. We'll get it fixed one day. Hey, Wade. Oh, not a lot. Had a doctor's appointment today, which took up a lot more time than I was anticipating. Hey, Mall Boss. But we're probably just gonna do some trading tonight. Nothing super special either. I just wanted to get a little bit of time in, and I was probably gonna vent a little bit, honestly. I mean, I guess I could have got a diary, but yeah, you know, whatever. Oh, Feringsy, you think you'll see Salvage? Come on. Salvage is like an NFT rising in value. It's never gonna happen. They say it'll happen, but it's never gonna happen. Hey, Arthur. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I hope it happens. And just, you know. Oh, yeah, Drake. Okay, so forever and ever and ever and ever and ever ago, back when Elite Dangerous Odyssey came out, Frontier sent me a Stream Deck. And man, I'm gonna be honest, I think I've got about 6 buttons on this thing. And of those buttons, like 3 of them are sounds. That's probably the one that gets used the most because I make the most jokes with it.
Vehicle selected. Stand by.
And wait, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
I enjoy doing the bunker missions, especially now that the BR2 will work with everything. But I also like hauling my boxes, you know? Oh man, deplorable. Jeez, dude. Is there anything that helps with that? Like, you know, a drink? A smoke? I don't know, a therapy? I mean, I guess it's kind of hard to get that at like 3 in the morning, you know? Oh, Bacon, I haven't even got to plug it in yet. And Kai, I haven't taken those meds today, but I'm getting off those. I'm gonna be going to, oh god, what did he call those? Antigens and Antigenics. There's an A and a G in there somewhere with an N. I know that much. Antigen? That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. There's something... Basically, it's like an alternative to the ACE inhibitors where I won't be, you know, coughing constantly. Holy crap, Cookie! Has it really been 7 months? I miss you, man. I miss you a lot, dude. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I miss those burgers too. You know, but I miss rolling up to the food truck and just hanging out, you know? Ah, fuck, so that's awful, dude. Like, you know, I had that happen about a year ago. I'm trying to remember what brand of solid state drive that was, but it didn't, I don't know, it didn't seem to last very long. Like 5 years? Meanwhile, I've had the same spinny disk drive for a decade. Oh, Pagan, that's fair. I'm going on some new meds, too. And Cookie Bad, it's fine. I know you're out there selling Windows and stuff. The pains, not the operating system, like the stuff you look through. For those who might be wondering. Let's see, what are we gonna trade tonight? You know, I shouldn't. I really shouldn't. But it's been a long time since I've been to Ariel. At the very least, we can go see what the prices look like. Yeah, for those who don't know, Cookie, or Sin is Terrible, is actually a real-life friend of mine. We actually worked... Well, we kind of worked together. We both worked at GameStop at the same time, but he worked at the Hot Springs GameStop, and I worked at the one in Malvern, but we always had to call each other, or, you know, visit each other. And he had a food truck for a while, but... Unfortunately, my town cannot appreciate good burgers. And probably not the movie Good Burger either, or the reoccurring Nickelodeon skit. Oh, Cascadian. Cascadian, tell me all about this essay, man. Like, what sort of essay you got going on? Wait, Cookie, you're in Mississippi right now? Oh man, I'm sorry. Oh, Christian, I have, listen, man. I've eaten more than my fair share of burgers. Like, if you ask Cookie, I am quite sure that I was literally his best customer. I've probably eaten... Oh gosh, let me think about it. I have eaten a lot of burgers. Huh. Like, okay, let me put it like this. Christian. I literally have burger's disease. The ER, not the U-ER. The one that hits your kidneys. That's how many burgers I've eaten. They're not actually related at all. But it's just fun to bring up burger's disease. It's like, how American can you get burger's disease? It wasn't... Okay, I wasn't allowed to have fries. I wasn't allowed to have fries because, you know, sodium. I had to get them unsalted fries. And even then, I made him, like, put me on the gremlin rules, you know? Like, no matter how much you whine, no matter how much you beg, don't feed Jack fries, you know? And he was really good about keeping to it, especially when I begged for fries. D.H. Lawrence. Cascade, I've never heard of D.H. Lawrence. Tell me more. Kai, are we getting more tornadoes? Yeah, Drake, I could have, but I didn't feel like I had the proper setup for the joke, so I just, you know. I just let it pass. Hey, Invid. Yeah, man, I've had a couple of late nights. We've had some storms come through. Today, I spent like 2 hours at the doctor's office. Hey, Raymond. Okay, Cookie, like, why would I get a double when I could get 2 burgers? That way I get to enjoy the lettuce, the tomato, the mustard, the ketchup, the buns. I get to enjoy that a second time. If I get a double burger, all I'm getting is just an extra patty, like whoop-de-doo. Like, yeah, sure, that... Uh-oh. That adds to the burger experience. But that's still just the one, you know? Let's just see if anything pops up from this, this interdiction. Hello? Anybody home? I guess not. Wait a second. Something is home. What is that? Is that a constellation? Sorry, I've still got that cough. Gotcha, Cascading. What's the synopsis of that story? Like, if you could boil it down. I mean, like, you don't have to sell it to me or anything. Just, I mean, I assume it's about the horse dealer's daughter. Hey, Pagan. Yeah, Raven, I'm just gonna chalk that up to the very slow spawn times. Yes, Zero. Very observant. Yeah, we're in the C2. We're about to get scanned. Well, tell you what, while we're getting scanned, I'll explain it. So, yeah, do your thing. So anyway, you know the turrets on your C2, like the turrets that the players can use remotely? You can actually unmount those from the C2, and then mount them in the size 5 pilot gun slots. And then from there, you can mount 4 size 4 weapons for the pilot. So you can do... Hold on, you can't really see that with Ariel as the backdrop. Yeah. So basically you've got Connie power in the C2. Hey, Sidewinder. You see, Fox, I call it the C4 Hercules. I wish that guy would stop following me. Yeah, Sidewinder, good to see ya. And there sure is, Phaedrus. Hey, Squirrel. And Raymond, as far as the 317.1, it's probably going to drop on the 20th of May. If I had to guess. Yeah, Fox, for some reason, you can only do it with the C2. I believe Kai tried with the M2 and it was no dice. Toby feels more sensitive than usual. Yeah, I'm sorry, Kai. Man, I wish you could. I wish you could. Zero, they're actually gimbaled. Here, I'll show you. Well, if you can see, because, you know, Ariel. But yeah, they are full gimbaled. So you can just, you know, move them all around. It's super cheatery, but, you know, as bad as trade is, I'd like to be able to defend myself if it's a fight I can actually, you know, take. Something feels weird. Ah, well, it'll be alright. Oh, thank you, Kai. So it's not popping up stream elements, this might be running slow. Hey, nice squirrel. You know, I've missed the rattlers. Might need to get a couple for my cutlass. Actually, what size missiles does the 400i take? Yeah, Wade, you're welcome, man. Believe me, like, the amount of stuff that they have listed that you can actually do that is just not listed anywhere is infuriating. Okay, so I was looking around for, any lootables. Get off. Ugh, 773, 2785. Well, it's not good, but, I mean, I'm gonna take it. I'll just sell it at ArtCorp and then do my usual run around there. Okay, 2 into bespoke launches. Appreciate it. I mean, you know, the 400i isn't exactly a combat Corvette. So, that's fair. And hey, Gaz? Yeah. It's been a long time at the doctor's today. And yeah, Raymond, usually when I'm coming into the outposts, I try to be gentle. Hey, too fast? Man, I've been okay, but I was at the doctor's today, and doesn't look like the prednisone really took all that well. So, in addition to swapping my blood pressure medications, so I'm no longer on the ACE inhibitor stuff, they're gonna start me on this new stuff. That's supposed to do the same job as the prednisone, but what might not be as damaging. Like, this stuff just came out. Oh god, what was that called? Peyote? No, hold on. Definitely not peyote. Tarpeo, that's it. Tarpeo. Sorry, that's not peyote. But no, like, it's another steroid. Hopefully it won't be as bad as the prednisone, but it's got a lot of the similar side effects.
Quantum travel engaged.
Parker, that's what I'm hoping, man. That's what I'm hoping.
Landing gear up.
Oh, Gaz, what? Oh, crap, dude. Oh. I'm sorry, man. How was it hitting so far? Man, like, I wish it got cold enough here for a heated blanket. I miss heated blankets, man. Haha, CJ, sorry, that must have been an awkward time to come into the conversation. I couldn't remember. Like, I knew it had a lot of the same letters as peyote, just not, you know. Well, Fox, it's also a car in GTA. It's usually like a little classic 50s style convertible. But yeah, it's also a it's also a drug, now that I think about it. Which, I mean, technically I'm going back on a drug, but it's a steroid. And it's not even like a cool hulking out steroid. It's a immunosuppressant steroid. But yeah, guys, like you doing all right? You got anybody else in the house down with it? And CJ, it's been the same, really. They haven't really changed anything. It's the exact same as it was in 3.16, which is to say it was the exact same as it was in 3.15. And so on and so forth. Ah, Gaz, I am sorry, dude. Sounds like a lot of chicken noodle soup to me. Like, I don't think chicken noodle soup actually makes you better. It just feels good to eat when you're sick, you know? Which, I'm not gonna say anything. I love having chicken noodle soup when I'm feeling down. Of course, they got those, like, new cans of chicken noodle. And I guess they're still noodles, but they're like large, flat, twisty noodles instead of like, you know, the ramen-looking noodles. Oh, Gaz, I'm sorry. You know, like, I know it at least lessens the blow. It might not prevent you from getting it, but at least it makes it where it's not, you know, as strong. Like, the Rona always kind of made me think of, like, mutants and X-Men. Like, it just affects everybody differently, you know? But instead of getting that X gene or whatever, you just get sick. And look at that, he did have some chicken noodle. That's it, yeah, Rona Light. Hey, Mark, yeah. And I'm probably not gonna go super long tonight. I don't know. Felt like crawling on, you know? Alrighty. Let's go sell this very disappointing load of titanium. Hey, it's Parker. Hey Malcolm, you know it's actually been decent for me, but I know they changed a lot of like the streaming for the game, and then they've shifted a lot of things from CPU to GPU. So I mean that could be part of it too. What kind of specs are you working with? Yeah, it's a bit late for me. I mean, I say that. It's not super late. It's old people late. And we're down.
Engines off.
Oh, 3060. What's your processor? Hey, MB. Good to see you, man. Ah, Parker, that's fair. What they got you on Graveyard for? You know, Gaz, I never got to do that as a kid. Close was my nose. Oh, I had plenty of room, okay. I always wanted to do that as a kid, and like when I was 14, my dad paid a guy to take me up in his little cub. But I didn't get to actually ride a plane as a passenger until I was an adult. And it was fun. Oh, it was fun. Oh yeah, man, I can imagine. I mean, the few that I've been on have stuck with me too. I just haven't really had the money, one, to take a plane, and two, any reason to take it anywhere these last few years, you know? What in the world?
It takes all of us working together to keep our corps safe and secure. Be vigilant and report possible threats every time.
We're just gonna... We're just gonna... mute that for now.
Thank you for visiting Arcorp, Stanton's capital of commerce. Whatever your transaction, we wish you a beneficial and prosperous stay.
Yeah. Parker knows what's up. You know, Gaz, I have no idea. I've never ran into that. Granted, I don't log out while on a pad. And honestly, I think that's the first time I have not stored my ship. Hey, Red Wolf? Yeah, man. What kind of race on ArcCorp? What's the course? And can you pull that off without the auto flight thing, like, trying to, like, shove you out? Or blow you up? Hey, Radican. What, we're gonna get here and the price of titanium's going to be low too? Yeah, Malcolm, I think it's mostly when you wear a backpack, or a backpack with weapons attached for whatever reason. Which, I've still been doing that, and I haven't had any issues, but that's the thing though, the bugs in Star Citizen aren't very consistent. So you can just, you know, you can go your whole play session and never run into the bug. And then some other poor yokel gets it every single time. And then they'll tell you as much, and like, oh, it's never happened to me. Hey, citizen. Hey, citizen, did you got your Toby, right? Have you been enjoying it? Yeah, Radican, I've seen the absolute piles of bodies that have been coming from those. Oh, gas, really? I feel like that sounds like a very broken D&D 3.5 feat that someone took. It's like, I take a cantrip that does 1 point of damage, but because of my background with this, and then this flaw, it times and becomes an infinite combo. Like one of those. Ah, so it is XGR. Okay, okay. And Gaz, I can believe that. I can believe that. See, you should have became a halfling. Reroll them ones. And citizen, that's fair, man. I'm sorry to hear that the drive-in has gotten longer and you've gotten sick. It'll be there for you, though. Hey, 3-day weekends are nice. I know sometimes you gotta spend a solid day just recovering, but I'm glad you're getting at least the time for it too, you know? And yeah, like 317 hasn't really been bad.
Now arriving.
Wait, Raymond, are you in game right now? You see, Gaz, like, when I first started playing, and again, I know this is sacrilege, but, I started with 4.0, or, you know, 4th edition. And then I played some 3.5 with some folks, and, like, it was alright, but I feel like there were a bunch of things I just didn't like about it. And that essentially 3.5 was, you know, a kind of a patch for 3.0. And then I played Pathfinder, and I really enjoyed Pathfinder in comparison to 3.5. Like, I feel like it fixed a bunch of the issues that I had. And 5th edition, while taking away a lot of those options that you had in 3.5 in Pathfinder, I feel really streamlines the experience without taking away from the experience. I mean, things move faster. I went to the wrong hangar. Although I don't hold with Pathfinder's 2nd edition. I'm not really into that. And maybe I'll change my tune if I ever actually get to play it. But after reading over the rules with a acquired copy, I don't know, man. I don't like it. Yeah, Malcolm, Pyro would be nice. I mean, they've only been showing it off for, what, almost 3 years now? But yeah, guys, like, 4 was very different. And I think 4's failure was... it tried to do something that the infrastructure just wasn't there for. Like, they were going to try to have this massive online component to it as well. And that never arrived. And as such, it kind of got built more like an MMO as far as the way things worked than an actual pen and paper tabletop game that relies more on player creativity. Like, there was just so little focus on out-of-combat abilities and spells, you know? And I'm not gonna lie, I liked how they, you know, restructured a lot of the spells. Like, you got your cantrips, or your at-will spells, and then your encounter spells that you get, like, you know, once per encounter. And then your dailies. I did kind of like that structure. But I feel like 5th edition really struck the balance. Like, it was essentially 2nd edition reworked for the modern era. But, you know, at the same time, if you've never experienced it, like, the first time I tried 5th edition, I was abhorred. Like, wow, there's just nothing here that I like. Why would I do this when I can keep doing Pathfinder? But the more I played it, the more into it I got, and one, it's so much easier to be able to explain to someone who's never played before.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Hey, there's Parker and his raft. Wait, is that you? I got you, man. I mean, also, Gaz, you know, don't forget, that's just my opinion. Because, like, you know, I'm sure there's still 2 or 3 3.0 purists, or even maybe 4.0 purists. Like, oh, this is the best system.
Quantum travel engaged.
Because, like, listen, man, like, when 4.0 came out, I played with 2 different friend groups, and they were all about some 4.0. Actually, you know, when I was a kid, I desperately wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons, and I got a hold of a 3.0 book. And, again, as a small child, with no one to explain it to me, I had no idea how any of this was supposed to work. Like, I thought maybe I could just play by myself. And that's when I found out that you needed multiple people to play. And, you know, back then,
Quantum travel.
we lived outside of town, middle of the woods. And I never got to go anywhere, so I never got to actually play. Ooh, Kai. Really? Only plays first edition. Is he... I mean, is he collecting his social security yet? Like, is he taking his Centrum Silver? Ah, yeah, Raymond. Yeah, all the tabletop. And yeah, Mark, thirst drops really fast now. I'll probably have to grab me a coffee once I get back into Area 18. Yeah, that's a whole story right there. Hey, guy, how's it going, man? Like, okay. This is gonna sound kind of wild, but,
Landing gear down.
back in the day, when my mom hadn't gone crazy, there were several incidents that happened. Several incidents. And, for one reason or another, she had to go to jail for a little bit. Not a long time, just a little bit. Just a few days. And, to kind of make up for some of those things that had happened, she took me to Books A Million, because, books were my favorite thing at that age. And she said I could get any book I wanted. So I got me the old Dungeons and Dragons player handbook, and I was so excited because, like, I had played Medivia, which is a multi-user dungeon, the ancestor of MMOs, text-based MMO, if you will. And, you know, that was originally based off, I think, 2nd edition rules. I mean, it had THACO, for crying out loud. So I was gonna get me the D&D Player's Handbook and play some D&D. And because the court systems weren't really, smart, while she was in jail, like, I had the house to myself for, like, the whole week. Which was idiotic, because the whole point was neglect, so now they had sent her to jail without anyone to watch over me, but I didn't, you know. Anyway, I spent the whole week reading the book to find out you needed friends to play, and I was so sad. Hey, Dragnos. Hey, Chaos. And yeah, thirst and hunger is a lot quicker, and it persists when you log out. So yeah, that was Lonely Jack sitting in the house by himself for a week, finding out that you needed other people to play D&D, which meant I was never going to get to play. Hey, look at that, 769. Sadly, guy, it looks like the prednisone was not enough. They're gonna put me on this new drug. Sorry. They're gonna put me on this new drug that just came out called Tarpeio. And see if that actually helps, because that's specifically for my specific condition. I think this drug just came out. Yeah, exactly, Gaz. And of course, you know, back then, I didn't really have a lot of experience with anything, you know? And we had 4 channels. And while I love to read, we didn't exactly have a lot of books, you know, as far as accessibility goes. Okay, so when I played Medivia, I met some people on there. We became good friends, and they actually mailed me some books. And my mom and I got into a huge fight. Like, giving strangers your address on the internet, they can come do horrible things to you. It's like, yeah, I guess. I mean, you're never really here to make sure nothing happens, are you? It's like, geez, like... It's a bunch of dorks playing wizards and fighters and rogues and shit in a text-based tabletop. Well, not tabletop, but, you know, text-based MMO. Like, believe me, there are far better avenues for nefarious purposes, and mailing me a bunch of Robert Jordan books and what was his name? Guy who did the Necroscope series. Brian Lumley? Brian something. I was like, unless you just don't like Robert's writing, which, you know, is fair. There's not really a lot here to complain about. These days, of course, you know, we use an app to summon a stranger to our house, and then we get in the car with them, and then they take us places. And if they don't talk to us, we give them 5 stars, because, you know, making conversation with a stranger is awkward at times. The Judge Dredd tabletop game. Raymond, that's nice. I didn't even know they had a tabletop. Hey, Colin, you know, it's funny. Tonight's probably the first night I've actually made money in 317, because the other day, Death Factor introduced me to a nice bug where the BR2 can take any sort of magazine. So we spent the whole day doing bunkers with a machine gun BR2, or railgun BR2, or shotgun grenade launcher. You too, Gaz. Man, I'm sorry, dude. How many, like, lonely nights did you have with a microwave and a can of SpaghettiOs? Man, I'm not gonna lie, I've had my fair, actually unfair, share of those.
Quantum travel complete.
Yeah, see, guys, that's what I do. Like, and I've noticed that there's, you know, there are actually a lot of people willing to talk to you. So you just find out the most interesting details about strangers, like, there's this kid that works at the grocery store. I have no idea what his name is, but I know his favorite movie is No Country for Old Men. He's watched it 6 times, and every time he does, he finds out something new about it. No idea what his name is. But he is passionate about that movie. My problem, though, is, 1, I don't really know how to say no. And 2, I don't know how to end a conversation. Like, how do you just back out? Oh, Skip.
Doesn't say.
Oh, that's awful, man. What happened? Why'd he crash it? That sucks.
Please proceed to
Gold.
side landing bay.
Yeah, no, it's just like the whole, you know, How do I bring myself about to it? Like, it's just, I don't know. I'll keep it going for a while, you know, even if I have no interest in it. Hey, Raven, good to see you, man. Alright, let's do that again. Step aside, partner, it's my day. Hey, like someone's pulled out their 300i. Oh, I flipped way too early. Ah, well.
Engines off.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Oh, Chaos, I was way ahead of you. Oh, no, Colin. Trading is actually the worst way to make money of the big three. I would actually make more money bounty hunting in this thing than I would trading it. And yeah, Skip, like, that's the thing about the Carrack. You've got a lot of a forward thrust, but almost no braking power. And that's something you have to really accommodate for. Oh, Gaz, I'm sorry. I don't trust those containers, man. Like, I know people say that they can blow up a ship, grab the container, and it persists, but I don't trust it. I've watched those things poof before. I will only put things into my ship inventory.
Belongings are your personal responsibility. Monitor your luggage at all times.
Well, Gaz, why not just do a character reset? Get it back. I mean, after all, that wasn't you wrecking the ship. That was stuff ceasing to exist for no reason.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
You know, Raven, it's been kind of the same. Like, it's been fairly smooth, but at the same time, you know, it's Star Citizen. Mileage may vary.
Vertically integrated corporate parks offer amenities such as resource sharing and
Like, my frames have been decent. I don't know if I'd say I've noticed an increase, but, man, like, I'm still used to playing Star Citizen at 12 frames from 2.0. Hey, Toe. Yeah, see, like, stuff like that'll last, but if I toss a box in there, that box will poof in like an hour. Gaz, what I would do is unmount all of your modified parts. Like, I know it's a pain. Unmount those. Either just leave the ship without components or put the stock stuff back on. Take off any armor if you want to save. Basically just strip down naked. And then do your reset. Because when you do a reset, it puts all the default stuff back on your ships. And sometimes it'll just unmount the modified parts and put them in inventory. Sometimes it'll also, you know, delete them. But yours sounds like an in-game issue, not a database issue. So you should be fine with a reset. Yeah, Malcolm, you sure can, although Raven beat me to the answer. Thank you, Raven. And Citizen, that's pretty good. Like, I know I've seen a few people complain about having worse frames, but, yeah, man, that is pretty good.
Now arriving.
Hey, got a question for you guys. The 400i is currently up for subscribers. How many of you guys are subscribers? And if so, what is the insurance on that 400i? Hey, looter. Yeah, man, I haven't been rock mining in forever. Rain! Hey, Rain! What's up, man? Rain is the guy that I have told you guys about a few times, who was pretty much our one-man wrecking crew. This dude... Okay, so back when the Caterpillar couldn't lock, back in like 3.4, Caterpillar would spawn unlocked. So anybody could get into it. Which was very dangerous if you were trying to do cargo. And some jerkwad came along and just boarded your ship and, you know, was trying to ruin your day. Rainigan was a one-man insurance policy against that. I once watched him just absolutely wreck two dudes that boarded our Caterpillar at Port Olisar. He did amazing. Granted, half the time he also took me out, but, you know, collateral damage is to be expected in certain situations. Raven, we should be here.
City Float reminds you, when trash goes in the bin, we...
Oh, Rain, I'm sorry, man. That sounds about right. Are you still in the Avenger? Ninja, that's... Actually, let me see what I'm at. It tends to drop a lot when I'm in town. Yeah, okay, so for example, like standing here in ArcCorp, I'm getting 46. And it'll go back up once I get back to space. Okay, 1 year insurance and 250. That's not bad. Thank you, guys. Ah, well, I've got a bunch of LTI tokens in my buyback. And Ninja, I don't know if it helps, but I'm also running this in 4K right now. Stream, I have to usually dip it down to 2K because I'm in Arkansas, and the internet is still a brand new beacon of technology here. Like, we're just now getting off dot matrix printers. But yeah, like, let me hit space or a moon, and it should pop up. See, like, now I'm getting like 57 in the tram. As far as PC specs go, like if you do like exclamation specs, it'll give you the full list, but a quick rundown is 3080 Ti, Ryzen 9, 5900, 32 gigs of RAM. Oh, there we go. Now we're hitting the 60s. Granted, I used to be on a 1070 at 2K, and frames were actually still decent, like really, really smooth. Right up until my 1070 caught fire, but that was a manufacturing issue, not a game issue. Oh, Malcolm, this game hates every PC. That's it, Chaos. Yeah, see, Chaos has it right. The infrastructure here is really bad. So basically, a light storm,
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval
just
system.
general daytime a breeze can knock out the internet, the electricity. Like, we'll just be sitting here doing nothing. It'll be a nice sunshiny day. Bam! Power goes out for hours. No explanation, no reason. Like, I'm in the city. It's Arkansas, man. It's a third world country cosplaying as a state in America. Yeah, Raven, have a good night, man. Hey, Space. Hey, Sad. Yeah, like, I didn't get to stream earlier today. I had a doctor's appointment, and it didn't really... I don't know, it didn't really go as super neato as I wanted it to. Yeah, I see Ninja, like, it caught fire. And it caught fire while I was playing something else. I was playing Iron Harvest. And suddenly just... poomph, you know? Oh, lady, I'm sorry. I want to talk. I just need one of these.
Take care.
But yeah, DK, I haven't actually changed any of my settings, man. But I'm also really bad about that, so... Oh, Malcolm, dude, is that, like, Western Canada? You're not, like, in Esquimalt, are you? Oh, Bruce, no. Gosh, no, I wish. No, that thing does not... That doesn't even have a model yet that we can use. Like, they've got that little hologram, but, nothing... Nothing,
Be sure to check the departure and arrival boards, conveniently located throughout the space.
Nothing that I can walk and look around at. Joke's on you, Sim. They haven't put in, like, health stuff yet. Like, they got the medical gameplay, but it's not like, oh, you need to stop drinking coffee or your heart will explode. Yeah, Bruce, I wish I could, man. I wish I could. Ah, Cape Breton. Okay, okay. I used to have a friend that lived in Esquimalt on that little island near Washington. And Gaz, what happened there? Like, was the heatsink just not mounted properly? Oh yeah, DK, I saw that. Like, I want that processor, but I've already gone for a heck of an upgrade already, compared to my last build. Like, this should last me years, you know? That's it, Sim. It's being saved for the, you know, the next 10-year update. Yeah, I saw that, DK. That was nuts.
Crusader Industries, a journey worth taking. System
Oh, the 300 eyes still there. One second. I need to change something. Cycle log. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Not what I need. Set that to V. Yep. And then... Alright, that should... Yep, it works. Sorry. I will be so glad when this cough finally goes away.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Guys, that's fair, man. Like, I got super lucky with my parts. I was able to get them at MSRP. Yeah, Chaos, have a good night, man. Gold, I wish. You know, alcohol is actually illegal here, Gold. I live in a dry county. I have to drive half an hour to purchase any sort of liquor. That's how crappy this state is. Like, one, you can't buy alcohol on Sundays. And we still have a bunch of dry counties.
Quantum travel engaged. Landing gear go.
Oh, Phaedrus, what all you selling? Did you do a bunker? And yeah, Gold, unfortunately it is.
Complete.
Arkansas is still in the 1920s. Oh. Guys, if your doctor ever says, hey, take these ACE inhibitors, there's only a 10% chance of you developing an awful dry cough, just remember, 10% is a lot bigger chance than you think.
Quantum travel engaged.
Oh, wow. Phaedrus. How'd you wind up with all those?
Quantum travel.
Oh yeah, Gold. Tons of reasons not to come to Arkansas. No alcohol on Sundays. Sometimes no alcohol at all. You want to go swimming? Don't drink the water. You might get a brain-eating amoeba. They're not super I mean, I say that. They're all over. But it only kills a few people a year. It's just, you know. It's one of those things where I think one person maybe has survived it. Don't quote me on that. And then, of course, you've got the seed ticks. And everything else. You got the little tiny bugs that,
Engines off.
inject your skin with an acid to liquefy it, and then they drink it all up, and then they jump off, and they just leave these itching welts on you for days on end. Yeah, Sidewinder, have a good night, man. Thanks for coming by. Oh, Phaedrus, I've done that before. I did that with, what did I do that with? I did it last patch, but I don't remember what it was with. Yeah, Rain. Good seeing you, man. Good luck with work. I hope it goes alright, dude. I hope you're doing alright yourself. Why am I dying? Why? Why am I dying? Does this helmet no longer work? Hmm. Oh yeah, beggar. I'd love to leave. I'd love to leave. It's just, it's expensive to exist these days. Very expensive to exist. No, it's not water. I think it's probably the giant hole in my helmet. I'm wearing this helmet that you can get from Benny Hinge. That, Keel gave me. Problem is, I think they fixed it to where it no longer offers pressurization. So I'm gonna try putting on a different helmet right quick, since I left this stuff here last time, and then walking outside and seeing what happens. Dibble, you out too, man? Have a good night, buddy. Thanks for stopping by, man. I know it's late over that way. Ah, yes, it was the helmet. Well, you know, I shouldn't run cargo on 9% health, but we're going to, because I'm not a smart man. But I was able to run from the ship to the inside. Hey, look at that. Titanium went down while we were doing all that. Neat. Well, that helmet's just going to have to no longer be a thing. Sadly. Ooh. Oh, Raymond was there? Ah, I'll check it next time I roll through. Beggar. Man, I wish. But like I said, things are expensive. I'd have to become one of those big shot streamer bros to be able to pay bills and stuff like that outside of Arkansas. And I don't know if I want to be one of those, you know. Hey, KR. The trade lanes aren't too bad. I mean, they're bad, but they're not, you know, like we can still make a buck. Thinking about hauling in the whole age just for funsies. You know, Gaz, I think it really depends. You basically have to do the calculations to see. Which Gallag actually used to have a thing for that. Basically just, you know, type in your ship and how much money you had on you.
Engage. Landing gear up.
Oh, beggar, I'll manage. You know, there's times that I forget how bad it was, and I kind of miss Texarkana.
Complete.
If it wasn't for all the, you know, murders. Just Texarkana is like one of those weird places. Like, it exists on a ley line of misery and just absolute hatred. There are just some weird things that happen
Engage.
in Texarkana. And I lived there for almost 10 years. But they had a comic shop, so, you know. You see, Beggar, that's not the only movie that Texarkana was in. There is also another movie called The Town That Dreaded Sundown.
Quantum travel.
It was actually based on the local serial killer that never got caught. And then they made another one, and they didn't even use Texarkana. for this new one. See, Malcolm, I like the idea of Canada. You guys have that Tim Hortons that I've never seen. It's colder than where I live. I much prefer the cold to heat.
Landing gear down.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Yeah, KR, like it's really fun. And I like that, I forget the name of the skin, but it basically makes it look like a Winnebago.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Yeah, Beggar? Oh, I love Space Truckers. That's a good movie. Oh, wait, no, you said Space Trucking. My bad. I thought you said Space Truckers. Malcolm, it might be, but, man, you gotta remember, I live in Arkansas. Like, we don't even have 7-Elevens here. I mean, we might have them in Little Rock, but I have to drive 40 minutes just to watch a movie, you know?
Engines off. Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Oh, gas, yeah. No, I'd much rather take that Chicago weather. Like, we had snow this year. Webcams, come on! It is nighttime. You should be asleep, you thoughtbot. Ah. Hey, Al. Oh, man. Well, Al, I'm gonna say, one, welcome to Star Citizen. And two, I am so sorry. The game... it's... The learning curve is more of a wall. So, you've got your work cut out for you. That's for sure. That is for sure. You're also going to have to ignore my character's death rattles. I was wearing a helmet that turns out doesn't actually protect you from, you know, no atmosphere. And I nearly suffocated to death. Was able to run inside and grab another one and make my way back to civilization. So I'm gonna visit the hospital and get myself all patched up. But until I make it to the hospital, I'm just gonna, you know, suck wind.
Welcome.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of bugs to learn, a lot of workarounds, a lot of,
Vigilant, and report possible threats
a lot of things. Oh, thank you, Al. And now, if you got questions, man, just, like, fire them off, really. Like, me and anybody else in the chat will be more than happy to answer. As long as, you know, we know the answer. For example, Al, you might not know this, but your ship actually has a rear view camera. They never tell you that.
Tram now approaching.
In fact, let me get on this tram, and I'll find the keybind for it. Oh, you couldn't leave the apartments. Man, that happens too. That happens too.
Tram now.
Hey, Dank.
Stand clear of the doors.
Oh, beggar, easy. Super easy. I mean, I can do that right now. Yeah, Wade, there sure is. Hold on, let me find it. And I'll show it to you once I get back to the ship. Just remind me to do it. What is that under? Is that under cockpit? Or view? What is that under? I swear that was in their cockpit. Ah, no. Vehicles. Okay, yeah. So it's literally the first option. Vehicle seat operator modes. Look behind is what you want. I'll show it to you once I get back to my my ship. Oh, John, you're in the Taurus, huh? Man, I'm gonna be honest. The trade economy is really bad right now. Like, honestly, you're gonna make more money bounty hunting in a Taurus than you are trading in a Taurus. Same thing goes for the C2, even. But, like, if you just want to trade, and, you know, make some money while you're doing it, you got a few things you can do. Alright, beggar, tell you what, I will make a cargo run without using a suit. How about that? Let me just fix myself so I stop sucking wind here. Because the whole I'm dying sound is super annoying. Actually, you know what? I can probably just buy a med pen.
Hi, welcome to the store.
Did they, Gemini? Tell me more. Come on, local. What are those under? Other? No. Utility. Wow, that is a lot of. Oh yeah, I already have a med gun. Why don't I just? It's the self-aim button. Ah, mine's V. There we go. What? Okay, think I'm good. Lunar, I think the elevators are the same, really. And King, when you say they buffed the selling aspect, do you just mean like the actual prices? Like of... like Aphorite, Delavine, Hadnite, stuff like that? Gaz, whatever do you mean? You mean like my undersuit? I think I found it in a box and I just never, you know, took it off. Oh yeah, Gemini. Okay, so you can't actually mine them, but there's like bigger crystals that you can find in loot boxes right now that sell for a ton. Yeah, Raymond's right. Also, Al, all you have to do is in chat just type like "Hello, I'm new," and you will just drown in people attempting to help you. Oh, you know what? We're gonna take an alternate route. We're gonna take the other route. Malcolm, you can buy them at any cargo deck. So, Bygenie, Everest, Tresler, those kind of places. Also, Al, I don't know what region you play in. I prefer Australia. Yeah, watch out for jokers telling you to hold back space. That's not actually a thing you want to do. Unless that is what you want to do, because hold back space will, make you commit die. Hey, Texas, I'm in Arkansas, so you're not far off. You in, like, Central Texas, or Northeast Texas, or what? I was in Austin for a while, and then I was in Texarkana previously. That is true, Gas. Oh, I missed. Oh, crap. Where am I going to wake up? You know what? That's fine. I'm going to wake up at Creel 1. Ah, yes. Alt F4. The oldest trick in the book. %96%. My goodness, Phaedrus. That is... Ugh. Oh, yeah, Al. See, downtown Little Rock is great. Problem is, I'm not in downtown Little Rock. Man, I wish I was in downtown Little Rock. Hey, Skill, good to see you, man. Well, that failed. And now I've got the look. That's what I was just wearing. How odd. Yeah, Richard's got a fair point. Like, there are some people that will attempt the long con on a troll. But generally, if you say you're new, you'll get, you know, the pass. Just watch out for the edgy people in chat. There's not a lot of those.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Wait, Alexander, what about a cinematic view?
Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered.
Hangar 4. Yeah, see, you gotta watch out for that, because third person is F4. You just don't want to be holding Alt while you do it. I actually used to do that to myself a lot, because I had modified my keybinds. And for some reason back in the day, I think I had to hold F4 for my third person for something. I don't remember what it was. I know, I had to hold Alt. It was Alt and something else. And I hit F4 to go to third person, and I would just close the game. I was like, well, there goes all that cargo. But yeah, no, there is totally a third person camera, or not third person, a rear view camera for your spaceship. Alright, so we're on our seat, we're looking forward, and you go, gee golly, I want to look behind me. Well, okay. I'm inside the hangar. So I'm just gonna wait until I can get outside the hangar.
Engines on.
Jake, it sure is. It sure is. John, that's actually a bit of an essay, but if you got the time, I'll ramble about it for a little bit. The last time they updated the economy as far as, like, prices and profits go, was 3.6. They put us on a new system to where whenever it would refresh for demand and supply, it would add, like, a small bit. And it used to be region-specific, so Australia had their own economy, Europe had their own economy, America had their own economy. Rear view camera, by the way. You can still fly around and everything else. But yeah, that's the rear view camera under the first option. So anyway, this was fine. This was hunky-dory. But the supply and demand was shared across all servers. So, like, if I was buying Laranite at a place, and someone else in another server on the same region was buying Laranite at that same place, when the next poll went out to adjust the amount, we would both be affected by our purchases. Well, A few patches later, in 3.10, CIG consolidated all of the economies into one. So the economy is shared across all servers in all regions. However, they did not up the refresh rate, supply, demand, or maximum caps to accommodate for shoving 3 economies into one. And Europe already had the worst trade economy because of how many people there were. Like, the economy we're playing with right now was designed basically for, like, 10 servers to share. And it had some issues back then, but it was more livable. Right now, anything that's really worth trading is basically going to be at maximum price, which means minimum profit. And at the same time, supply is at an all-time low. Like, you want to fill up a ship with medical supplies? Good luck. Sorry, that was a bit of a ramble. Malcolm, so quantum in 3.17 right now only affects hydrogen fuel, quantum fuel in ship repair costs. And there's only 2 price models. High price and low price, no in between. Sorry, I was rambling there. Let me just catch up on chat, make sure I'm not missing anything. But yeah, like, okay, let me put it like this. Trade is so bad, I can make more money in this ship bounty hunting with it than I can trading in it. And this is the largest cargo ship currently available in the game. Like, that's how bad it is. Trade is actually the worst way to make money of the 3 gameplay career loops that we currently have. Like, technically, if I just was bored or could stand the boredom, I could make more money just doing the skimmer missions than I could trading. Which is kind of messed up, because, you know, if I'm running titanium, I'm risking $500,000 just to make 50K.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
You know, Al, that's a good question. Hardest part about flying, I would say, when you don't have a comms MFD up, and you get a call, and you freeze for just half a second while it changes your comms MFD over. I think I'm a bit low for this, but whatever.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Engines off.
Oh, here. Outside shot of the C2 if you want it. This big thing pretty much takes up the entire hangar. I will say my favorite part about flying is probably landing, but something tells me you guys probably already knew that. And yeah, skill, like even running fluorine is an issue at times. Oh, Al. There's also a new keybind that you might want to be aware of. And it's unbound by default, so you might want to find a button for it. There's a shortcut for calling ATC for landing. That way you don't have to, you know, open your Moby Glass and then go over to whatever and call, or find them on an MFD. You can actually... Well, let me just open the keybinds to show you. Go to keybinds, advanced controls. It's going to be under flight movement. At the very bottom, you're going to have an option that says request landing, and it also works for takeoff too. I set mine to backslash right below backspace, but I mean you can set it to whatever. It's unbound by default, so you'll have to basically choose a key. You know, wait, F3 is actually a pretty good idea. And yeah, Jim and I, like, there's the Star Citizen Reddit, there's also Spectrum, although Spectrum can be kind of a cesspool at times. That's the, in-website forums. Reddit. But there should be, like, a main Star Citizen Discord. There's always people looking for other people there. Alright, Beggar, this one's for you. And I'm cheesing this, I'm sorry. Is that on the lower level? Nope, it's upper. I'm silly. See, Beggar, we'll just do a scrap run. Can totally do a scrap run without my suit. Oh yeah, Richard, and you know, the thread doing the straw man argument for PvPers versus PvEers. Oh, Raymond, it's unbound. It actually does not have a an assignment. You have to assign it yourself. I set mine as one of the buttons on my mouse, but it's under... What hanger am I on?
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
See, Spectrum General is terrible, but the band Spectre General is pretty good. Beggar, my current outfit is, well, this, naked. But yeah, under keybinds, if you go to seats and operator mode, it's literally the first option. It's look behind. And you have to hold the button. So make sure it's not something that's, you know, too awkward to hold on to. Ah, yes, Richard, yes. A lot of people that don't read these days. Which, you know, is... It's... I find with everything being listicles and stuff these days, like, reading anything particularly long becomes aggravating for people. Oh, but Beggar, I don't have a bomber jacket. I am, however, going to put this inside the vehicle inventory. Yeah, Richard, you've always got the same, like, 3 people that always do the facepalm no matter what the actual threat is. The weird trolls that have been around since the beginning that Knight Rider just refuses to suspend no matter what. Alright. Whoops.
Off. Engines on.
Yeah, there you go.
You are clear to launch.
All right. And away we go. Why did my map just fly off to the left? Or not the left, the right. Oh man, Gemini. What ship are you going for?
Quantum travel.
Oh, Ash, why would they refute it?
Landing gear up.
If they don't deny it, then people just, you know, start getting even more angry, and that's exactly what they want. We still have the stuffed whale in the bedroom. Let's go find out. And have they fixed the Pizza Hut booth? I better not find out with cargo. Oh, thank you, Al. And Al, you'll have to forgive me. I'm terrible on actually streaming. My schedule is whack. I don't know how to use tags. Okay, this is the Pizza Hut booth. If you sit down here without a helmet, usually you suffocate and eventually die. And since I've got a lot of cargo, and I'm currently naked, I'm not gonna test that to see if they fixed it. Hey, Matthew, you too, huh? Cascadian was doing an essay on a story. Oh god, what was that story called? The Horse Salesman's Daughter? I think that was. Cascadian, you still around? Or are you writing that paper? Never too late. That's the motto for getting Star Citizen released right there. Stuffed Ursa Rover. Some cacti, some baseball, teddy bear. There he is. There's our little whale. Oh. Whoa! Oh, Gemini. It might take you a day or two to get that 890, man. I better get on the seat before I hit a rock. Lonix, I might not be remembering it correctly. You guys ever heard of experimental fiction? Nah, it's good to see you, man. We're in the C2 right now. The regular C2, not my broken one with double the guns for the pilot. So Gemini, experimental fiction, and I'm doing my best to reserve judgment, but it's so hard. Experimental fiction is a genre of fiction that relies on unconventional methods to deliver the story, rather than anything to do with the story itself. So, like, for example, you might have a story that, no matter how you arrange the pages, no matter in what order, it still tells a story. Or like, for example, you might have a story about a guy with Alzheimer's, and the story is printed with progressively more and more disappearing ink, so the further you get into it, the more of it begins to disappear until there's nothing left. Things like that. And I mean, that last one I kind of made up because, you know, but as an example,
Landing gear down.
It relies more on the medium of the storytelling than the actual story itself. And I'm gonna be honest, I think a lot of it's very pretentious because it's all packaging, no product. Like, one of the most, I don't want to say prolific, but well-known experimental fiction authors is a guy named B.S. Johnson, which, you know, the initials already kind of, I feel like, spell out what's going on here. But he was like a sports columnist.
Engines off.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
And, it's just, like I said, it's a different medium. Like, I've read some of his stuff. And, like, one of his things, like, basically the whole story was just a sports column on how a game went. But I kind of also feel like at the same time, the more modular your story is, the less of an actual impactful story it is, you know? I mean, shoot, at some point, it just becomes a Tom Clancy novel that he phoned in, instead of actually being one of, like, the good ones. Now, see, Raymond, that's more of the choose-your-own-adventure style books, which for some reason, is not considered part of experimental fiction, even though I think that would be the best version of it. But yeah, these are more like, they just dress up the actual medium that it's conveyed in, and then, you know, sit around and talk about how great it is because it's redefining fiction. It's like, no, it's weak fiction. It's basically the IPA of storytelling. You have to dress up the actual packaging because the product itself is just bland. I'm sorry if there's anyone that likes IPAs. I tried really hard, but it's like they all seem to sell themselves on some ridiculous name and artwork on the can, and then you drink it and it's the same thing that literally every other IPA is. Granted, I also can't taste, so please do not value my opinion on any sort of food or drink. Hey, Bam, good to see you, man. Oh, Richard, I was grounded a lot as a kid. That probably explains it.
Vehicle retrieval system.
All right, what hangar am I at? Hangar 3. So yeah, beggar. I don't know if this is cheating, but I have done a trade run entirely naked. I hope that counts. Well, you see, Phaedrus, that's the thing, though. He's not, because he still delivered the story in a conventional format. Doesn't matter how ridiculous the story it is, if it's delivered in a standard, you know, conventional format, it's not experimental whatever. Oh, whoops. Which is, I think, my greatest criticism of it. Oh yeah, Wade, we made, I think, just under 40K? Well, you see, Raymond, that's the thing. Not every experimental fiction story is like that. Hangar 3, what? I thought it said Hangar 1. But, like, that was just one example. But experimental fiction itself can vary. Like, for example, maybe you sell a book that only has part of the story, and other people buy the other books that have the other part of the story, and they all have to come together to put it together to tell the story. That would also be experimental fiction. It's also a great way to have to sell multiples of the same book, but I don't think there's actually any real money in experimental fiction either. And bam, the 3080's been amazing so far. Of course, you know, the patch hasn't hurt either. I'm sorry, beggar. No bomber jacket, just my birthday suit. Negative Naz, I have not. Granted, there's a lot of movies I haven't seen. Richard, I've had a couple of crashes. If you do exclamation specs, it'll give you the full spec loadout of my PC, but I'm currently on a 3080 Ti. Processor is a Ryzen 9 5900.
Engines on.
Oh, beggar, I'm sure I've got them somewhere. I just left them at Area 18. Can I flip in this hangar? Is there enough room? I don't think there's enough room. There is not enough room. Okay, that's fine. I was curious, and I've sated my curiosity. Oh yeah, Jake, you could do it. Let me think. How could you do that? I'm not particularly great at experimental fiction myself.
Thank you. And please visit again.
Am I on top chat? I feel like I'm missing some options. Adlonix, I'm sorry. Adlonix, like I said, you gotta remember, I can't taste either. But like,
Landing gear up.
oh yeah, Malcolm, I flew backwards because we parked with our nose in. But like when I was in Austin, I tried a few IPAs, and again, I cannot taste, but they were just all kind of blah for me. And I always had names like, you know, Dan Magnum's Last Resort, or Zombie Cyanide Bride, or, you know, Eddie Izzard and the Lizard Wizards, or whatever else, like just some sort of ridiculous name. And then you would drink it and like, oh, it's just like all the other IPAs. Or you know, Rhino Dinosaur Extreme Rocketry. I mean, the artwork on them was great, but you know, I don't buy alcohol for the art. Hey, Fuzzball. Yeah, Alexander, that's one. That's an actual IPA. I couldn't remember any names of the actual IPAs. I mean, they got great artwork on the can. You know, buy them just for that. Yeah, see, Malcolm, that's how things are like for me permanently. Like, I can't smell or taste, so, a lot of food is very meh, bland. I will say, there's a beer that I enjoy. It's a Belgian beer, a Lambic. It's, I think, what is that, Lindemans? I think it's called Lindemans. Basically comes in a bottle with a cork. You gotta work the cork out, and I don't really drink beer, but my goodness, that's some good stuff. For what little I can taste, that is some good stuff. The raspberry is probably my favorite. Yeah, you see, Lonix, that's probably it. If they have subtle flavors, that's gonna be lost on me. Like, I don't do subtlety in flavors. Like, I can drink vinegar straight, so I need something powerful for me to be able to tell that it's there. Oh, thank you, Lonix. I mean, I figured they were along the IPA route. It's many years of playing D&D and having to pull out random names for a quick backstory when someone starts questioning you. Oh, Malcolm, spicy food actually is very bad for me. It's all heat, no flavor. Like, it is just pure heat. So it's just, you know, I go to eat it and it's like, wow, my mouth is on fire, but there's no flavor. So it's like a weird taste dysphoria. I want to enjoy spicy stuff, but there's no flavor to mitigate it for me. And Deadeye, it's good to see you, man. I'm probably actually about to wrap it up. I've just realized what time it is. So I think I'm gonna park at ArcCorp, do one last fancy landing, and call it there. Cause it's late, and I think I'm starting to finally feel it. Oh, Lonix, you should. You should. I mean, you're more than welcome to. I mean, I'm not saying you should, but if you want to, you're more than welcome to do it. Get some alliteration in there, you know?
Quantum travel complete.
Yeah, Naz, have a good night, man. Like I said, I'm not too much longer for this night. It's right, Malcolm. What do you guys want to see? You want a backflip? You want a front flip? Should I just slot the battery? What?
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Oh, Phages, I'm sorry, man. I hope they can get like a sell all button, or, you know, a quantity button for selling. Oh, that's fair, Malcolm. I'll tell you what, we'll do another front flip. Those are always fun. Oh, thank you, Richard. Man, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, dude. That's fair, man. Get a good night's sleep, man. Get some shut-eye. Work is hard.
Have a pleasant stay.
And I know it takes a lot out of you, so
Meteor landing assist.
I hope all you guys are able to get a decent night's rest before you gotta slog it out. We'll continue at our usual time tomorrow.
Landing
All right.
gear down.
Whoa, can you really sell a whole stack? Might have to experiment with that. Oh, skip, is it? Of course, you're a bit across the pond from me, aren't you? The problem with starting from so high up is we lose a lot of momentum. Really, a max button? I haven't seen that. I think I've got one more flipping me. Come on. Actually, if we slow it up, we might have another one. Find out where we are. Yeah. Where are we? There we go. I was kind of hoping I get to finish the flips coming into... What? What? Oh, no! All that work for failure. Well, we can't go to bed on failure. Actually, I want to try something. We're here. Let's just do it, you know? Yeah, Deadeye was close, but I don't like close. How fast can I pull off one flip coming into the hangar? Wow, you rapidly lose speed when you nose it. That wasn't bad, but man, there we go again. No, we didn't. We just came in very harshly.
Complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Hey, Corey. Hey, man. Oh, dude, did you stream tonight? Sorry, I decided to do a late one myself. I had a doctor's appointment today and kept me away from my usual schedule. Go store this thing. Yeah, Lonix, have a good night, man. I guess I can actually put my my clothes back on now. Yeesh. Ah, there we go. Is there a different helmet? Oh man, what? Switch Sports, I missed that. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. I feel like I should have just kicked back and watched that instead. Man, I'm sorry I missed it, dude. How'd it go? Oh, yeah, man. I remember Wii Sports. I always really enjoyed the golf and the bowling. And that, like, it was just so well done, you know? And the Wii golf music was just good. Like, it was ridiculously good. Haha, Malcolm, that's fair, man. I'm gonna go store this and then go to bed myself, I think. Oh, also, speaking of playing things, I finally figured out what I was doing wrong in Dune Spice Wars, and I've been able to actually, you know, win games now. Oh, thank you, Phaedrus. Thank you, man. Oh, Raymond, I want to. Like, if we can get a decoupled mode that inherits the roll without stopping it automatically,
Welcome
it would make it a
to
lot
the
easier.
ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
It really would. Yeah, David, that's fair, man. Wait, hold on. They took out golf? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Like, I'm not a huge fan of golf, but Wii golf? Wii golf just hit differently, you know? Like, you will never find me playing, like, an actual golf game, like, you know, PGA Tour or whatever. But, I will straight up play some Wii golf or golfing in GTA Online. Golf in GTA was great. But all right, yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here, guys, because I am tired. So, guys, please have a wonderful rest of your night or morning, if you know you're on that side of the world. It's morning at this particular moment. Have a cup of water before you go to bed. You're probably not as hydrated as you think you are. Hey, Crumpet, you out of the movies? I'm actually wrapping it up, hon. I'll call you here in a little bit. You guys have a good night. I will catch you around tomorrow. At, you know, a regular time. And, this man's not even looking at his mobi-glass. And yeah, you guys have a good night. He's doing it too. He's using his mobi-glass, but he's not... What in... How strange. Oh, that was weird. Please don't look at me. I can't stand it when NPCs look at me. Alright, you guys have a good night. And until next time, keep on trucking. Have a good night, guys.